Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another video. And today's one, we're going to be looking at the preview images for the RW tmnt ongoing series, issue 130. So yes, it's been about a month, maybe a bit longer since the last issue came out. So there's quite a bit to really think about for this issue. Not to mention that this is also going to be the last issue before the big Armageddon games, which is happening in issue 131. So there's going to be quite a lot of things that really go down. And I do have a feeling that maybe this issue, particularly right at the end of this issue, could potentially be setting up a whole lot of stuff in terms of the Armageddon games. Yeah, it's like I won't go over anything just in case people don't want to go into it blindly and don't want to get any spoilers. So yeah, so that's probably like a whole nother video for another day. But in terms of today's one, we're gonna be looking at the issue for the preview images of 130. So yeah, let's just quickly get into these ones. So I won't be talking about the cover just yet. We'll be talking about that in a minute. And yeah, then also got this inside bit which doesn't really give too much except from like a few covers down there, but again we'll be talking about in a minute. The description, we'll also be going over that in a minute. I think that's everything we'll be talking about in a minute. So yeah, in the last issue where left off, we got Regenta Cersei, the Triceratops. She came into Dr. Jasper Barlow's into his like medical center thing, surgeon, whatever it is, and she still blew the whole place up. And I wasn't too sure like some of these characters would survive or they would die. And I still got a feeling that maybe there could potentially be some stuff that may happen to some of these characters. Who knows? The only good thing is also like another thing is like also picking up with the Mikey or that Toes and Punk Frog spell. So I'm quite glad that like they're really picking up from where things left off in the last issue. And then this is where the frogs sort of decided to run because I mean like why wouldn't you up against the Toes? But the only thing is Common's been hit, so Leo takes it back to the lair. But then after that, Mikey goes and catch up with Genghis and asks to be friends and wants to stop all the fighting and everything like that. And Genghis doesn't really know why, because I mean, like in last or like a few issues ago, he burnt down the house, so there wasn't really too much reason why. But the only thing is like Genghis has to run off, and Mikey sort of friends him. And if this is the last appearance of the Punk Frogs, then I do feel like maybe this is quite a bit bad on their part. It's like it was a really good story arc until up to this, where like, oh, this had to go or something. And we're not begin a continuation for this story for at least next six months because of the Armageddon games. So I wonder if this whole story arc will be picked up again, which I do wonder how they're going to go around that. Not maybe the Punk Frogs could become more of a series regular and then like maybe go and try and get Venus back. But I'm not exactly too sure about that. And yeah, so after this, all the characters from Dr. Jasper Barlow's surgeon, they all come out alive, and then they're trying to get all the other animals that were in there. And then this is when Ground Shark and Dirtbag make their next appearance and they start to attack all the characters. And yeah, there's like so much interesting things that could really happen here. And I'm not exactly too sure if like some of these characters will actually die or not. I mean, I've got a feeling that Ground Shark and Dirtbag have a really high chance of dying. But in terms of like the other characters, I mean, like Alapex and Jenica, we know that they survive and they're going to be in the Armageddon games and stuff like that. Sheena is a bit iffy because she hasn't really been in too much. So it's hard to say if she will die. I've got a feeling she probably won't. But then again, who knows? And then with Venus, that's also like another character. Who's all like in the same fate as Sheena, where like we don't exactly know if she's gonna be in the Armageddon games, and because of that, we don't exactly know if she'll survive, if she'll die. I don't think she will die just yet. I mean, like, the thing is, she just appeared in the she just appeared in the comics. Not to mention that she has still appeared in the Armageddon games, but that's still not to mention her fate in this universe. But yeah, to continue on, we do have some other stuff from this stuff. This is comes from the tmnt blog. So the description goes as follows. So this one's going to be written by Sylvia Campbell, supposedly, as some people think it's not. The artwork's going to be done by Pablo Tatanki. Then another cover artist is John B. I'm pretty sure I said the name wrong, so I'm sorry about that. But the description for this goes as follows: the earth-shattering story arc conclusion. Punk Frog's mad vincences. I'm pretty sure I said that word wrong. Sorry. Frankie mutants and psychic powers. But tmnt and my friends have had hands full of late with all kinds of twisted, terrifying chaos. And now, to top it all off, a new problem waiting to happen is rocking its way to Mutant Town from Brunner Island. So, yeah, there's quite a bit to unpack here. I've already broken this whole thing down, but as before, we learned what was going to happen in issue 29. So, I'm really interested to see how things play out. I think the big proportion of this issue will be dealing around with Dawn, Alapex, Venus, and Sheena. We're going to be trying to defeat Ground Chuck and Dirtbag, and then maybe rescuing Regenta, or Regenta could be doing something else. I feel like this issue could be quite or really fast-paced one, which I feel like it could be quite good. And there's so much that could potentially be happening, which I'm really looking forward to. But I just got a feeling that maybe this may not be the best way to end this story arc. And even though this story arc has been so great up until now, I'm just not exactly too sure how I feel about it. I mean, if we already just saw the conclusion to the Punk Frog stuff already, where they just leave out of nowhere, really, it doesn't really seem that good so far. And it all seems like we're gonna have like another Battle of the Bands situation. Yay. But going on to the covers, we got cover A by John Yabakri. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that name wrong, and again, I'm really sorry. Now, there's also the main cover, which is the standard one, and it looks really nice. The artwork does actually look really nice and beautiful and everything like that. It has four titles on there, and Casey, April, and Sheena. I would have preferred this one was like more a story-focused one. I mean, considering that this one is the final issue within the story arc, I would have preferred a more story-focused one, but well, what can you do? Then you got cover B, which is done by Kevin Niesman, which looks really good and amazing. And honestly, sort of tempted me to get this one as well. Now, this one has Venus going up against, I think, Ground Chuck, and yeah. And then you also got a Punk Frog in the background, which really does intrigue me quite a lot in terms of like, could the Punk Frogs come and help like the characters defeat Ground Chuck and Dirtbag? Could try or did I find Venus here and then like maybe disown her because he's a turtle now? I feel like this could be a really interesting issue, and this cover here is really puts off like more theories than like the main one. Now I've got the 110 variant, which is the cover RI, which is done by Matt Franks, and yeah, I do like this cover. I think it has some really beautiful artwork. The colors really suits it nicely as well. But like now knowing that like the big battle between the two has more or less stopped after like was it like the first 2-3 pages, it still doesn't have that big of an impact as it once did like a few months ago when I mean like when I first looked at this, I was so amazed by it, and there was like so many things that like could have happened. I was thinking this, and this, but now knowing what I do know, it's not really that great. I mean, it's still cool art and all that, but like it doesn't have the same impact as it once did, and yeah. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'm quite curious to see what you guys have to say about this issue. Are you looking forward to it? Are you not? Do you really think it's going to be a good conclusion to this whole story arc? Or yeah, and also another question is, which cover are you going to be getting? I'm probably going to be picking up the cover A because that's one I normally do pick up, and that's the only one that I do pick up. Although the other two, the cover RI and cover B, is more tempting and looks way better than the actual issue. But I'll probably make my decision after reading the issue before I get my comic. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you do like this one, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.